Life isn't always green pastures. Sometimes it feels like you're walking through a dry and dusty wasteland. But even there, God promises us living water. I'm Pastor Jonathan Bradley, and this is A River in the Wasteland, a short pause each week to find refreshment, hope, and a reminder that He's still with you wherever you are. Today's episode is about something that is deeply personal: vision. Not just ambition or goals, but the God-given picture of what your life can look like when you walk in His purpose. Habakkuk 2 verse 2 says this: "Write the vision and make it plain." That verse might seem simple, but it's a divine invitation, not just to dream, but to believe again. God has a plan for your life. Scripture calls it a vision, a kind of spiritual compass that always points toward true north, your true north. It's also an anchor, something that steadies you when life's storms start to pull you off course. But if we're honest, many of us bury that vision deep down. We hide it behind busyness or fear. Fear of criticism, fear of failure, fear that maybe it was never really from God in the first place. Sometimes we even stop thinking about it altogether because it hurts too much to keep hoping. Maybe you've been there, where holding on to the dream feels more painful than letting it go. That's why God said this: write the vision and make it plain. Put it somewhere you can see it, speak it, pray it. God's not asking you to daydream. He's asking you to define your vision. What do you believe He's called you to do? What does it look like? Written in simple, clear words. When you write it down, it becomes real. Not because of your power, but because you're agreeing with His. Your vision doesn't need to be flashy or famous or bold, just faithful. A clear vision will outlast the fog of doubt. Genesis 42 verse 9 says, "Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed." I want you to think about that. 13 years of betrayal, false accusation, prison, and yet Joseph still remembered. He didn't let bitterness erase what God had promised. Sometimes faith looks like simply remembering. Not rushing, not forcing, but reminding yourself, God said it, and I still believe it. You might not see movement right now, but that doesn't mean that your vision is dead. It just means God is preparing the timing. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 says this: "The vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come." That's the hard part, isn't it? We live in a world that hates waiting. We want the vision to come to life right now. But every dream has an appointed season. You can plant the seed, but only God can bring the harvest. And sometimes He delays the fulfillment because He's still developing the dreamer. So while you're waiting, stay faithful, not frustrated. Contentment is not complacency. It's confidence in God's timing. Paul wrote in Philippians chapter 4, verse 11, "I have learned in whatever state I am to be content." That means peace isn't found in achieving the dream. It's found in trusting the dream giver. Paul didn't waste energy being angry about where he wasn't. He chose gratitude for where God had him. And that's the secret. You can be content today and still believe for tomorrow. That's not contradiction, that's maturity. God's plan for your life is not random. Every setback, every delay, every detour, He's using it to refine your vision and strengthen your faith. So, maybe today isn't about chasing the dream harder. Maybe it's about believing the dream deeper. Write it again, speak it out loud, and then rest, knowing that the one who gave you the vision also knows exactly when to bring it to pass. Here's the truth. God's vision for your life is still alive, even if it's been silent for a while. Don't bury it again out of fear. Dust it off, write it down, and hold it before Him with open hands. Because the same God who gave Joseph a dream in the pit is the same God who placed a throne in front of him. And the same God who whispered a vision to you will finish what He started. Thank you for joining me today for the first episode of A River in the Wasteland. If this episode encouraged you, share it with someone who's forgotten their dream. Remind them it's not over. Until next time, keep your eyes on the vision, your heart in God's hands, and your hope anchored in His timing.